Alrighty. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all you Twitchers and interwebbers from near and far. Welcome into Behind the Microphone, the internet chat show where we sit down and talk with the casters that you love to watch. My name is Ratpack Rebel. I'll be your host today. I appreciate you coming in, spending some time with us. Our guest today is a caster that I very much enjoy watching. Everything from his sense of humor to his choice in music and the games he plays. I'm very happy, very proud, and very thankful to welcome in Mr. HJTenchi. Tenchi, thank you very much for being with us today, bro.
Hello.
Now you'll notice that we've just got a logo up for him today, and we're doing this interview over TeamSpeak, which is all good. So just want to let you know if you don't see anything talking there, that's why. So we're going to roll in with our basic questions. Just to get to know a little bit more about Tenchi here. And Tenchi, how old are you?
30.
30. Did you just hit it?
5 months ago. Jeez, goes by fast.
Almost 30 once. Out of your 20s now, how are you feeling about it?
It's not really a big deal to me. It's all how you feel about it and how you go about dealing with it, I guess. I don't know. I assume to live at least a few more years, so I'm not too worried about it.
All right, that's all good. And what is your relationship status?
Oh, single, definitely. I don't have time for anything else. I put myself into work way too much to do anything else.
I noticed you do have a very active stream life there, and I know we're all thankful for it.
Thanks.
Where do you stream from?
Just my house. It's just actually my bedroom. I need to set up a separate room for tax incentive reasons, but outside of that, it's just my room. Nothing special.
Now, if I remember right, you're Pacific Northwest?
Yeah, California.
Oh, you're in Cali. Okay. All right, beautiful. I'm in the southern side of it.
Nice.
And are you from there originally?
Yes, yeah, born and raised.
Wonderful. Now, have you always been a gamer?
Oh yeah, I think I beat the original Mario for NES at 4 when I was 4. So I mean, I've been doing this for a little while now.
Born with a controller in your hand, right?
Pretty much, yeah. As soon as my parents bought an NES, I ended up playing it more than they did, I guess.
Very cool. Now, I've always been a little curious, and I haven't gotten to ask you this question before, but what does your handle mean?
HJTenchi is really just an old. I've had it for I think like 16 years, 17 years now. HJ is an old Tribes One competitive clan tag. House Jirai, which is the royal family in the Tenchi Muyo anime, and Tenchi goes along with the clan tag, so it just worked like that. I'm not creative enough to come up with new names, so I've literally used that for I think 16 years now.
That's all right. It's a good moniker. I like it.
It works.
Now, when did you start streaming?
Literally about 2 years ago. It's coming up on 2 years exactly at some point recently.
Okay. Like now I know when I first started watching you were still working and everything, and I'm a little curious. What was your motivating factor to bring you into doing this full time?
Let's see. It's something that I enjoy. I've had more fun doing this than anything else I've ever done. And it was a matter of just like, why not? I don't recommend full timing to almost anybody because it's like, let's say 1% of the people on Twitch that stream are partnered. 1% of that are actually able to do this full time. It's brutal. But it's a lot of fun, and it's something that's made me really, really happy. So, I mean, I definitely think if you prep for that, go for it. But just be aware that it is just like I saved up a lot of money in advance because I've just been hemorrhaging money since.
So you knew, with the saving and everything, you knew this was something that you were going after?
Starting 6 months ago when I went full time, yes. Before that, I laughed if you would have told me that this is possible.
So, and what do you think about doing it full time now?
I think it's awesome. A lot of work and a lot of growth I still need to do before it becomes something that's kind of self-sustaining and such. But I mean, I wouldn't give up the people that are in my life now because of it. It's I my the people that watch me are not just like some viewer, some number or something to me. It's still entertainment is still my priority, and their family. Um, it's amazing. They all are so supportive and make my day. If I don't stream, which is rare, but when I don't, it drives me nuts. I get stir crazy.
Now, being in there, I know you are very interactive with your crew, and you do have a great streaming community. And I notice like a lot of really good casters that I've seen in the past that you're more about the interaction than the game most of the time.
Yeah, I mean I am all about I'm trying to be better about just the game, but there's always the chat interaction will be there. I like chat interaction. I think that's what it should be about. If you can handle it, it is definitely a lot more of a strain on the streamer because you have to pay more attention, divide your attention. But I know I don't know. I still want it to be about the game still.
Very nice. Now, you're born and raised California,
Hmm?
and I know a few months back there was the big hoopla there that you were going to be going to, I think, Washington. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what is the final story on this? Because I know now it's not happening.
Yeah, yeah, that was unfortunate. It just I don't really know exactly. I wasn't ever really told what the reasoning was, but I was just told that it wasn't happening. So it was just
Okay.
kind of it's like okay.
Was there any motivating factor for going up north, or was this just something you wanted to change?
Well, it was gonna be really all about job opportunities and such. So I was gonna have the opportunity to hopefully work in the industry a little bit closer. Washington and Richmond specifically has a lot of game companies that are there, so it would have been really really nice to have um, been a little closer.
Hmm. And are you still looking for that opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. I always want to stay streaming. I'm never gonna just stop streaming, even if I went full time, because I would feel like it's once again you're just betraying your family. I wouldn't do that. But streaming's gonna have to continually grow more and more to be okay. So it's if something that came along that was maybe more secure, it would be wonderful and fantastic. But I don't know. A lot of us we don't know where streaming's going. Is it going to be here for a lot longer? I know YouTube's still here, but I wouldn't touch YouTube with a stick anymore compared to what I used to do because it's changed a lot, and I've just fell in love with streaming much more.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's here for a long time, and you and I can stay doing what we do.
Oh yeah, I definitely hope both are still here for a while. I'm sure they will. I'm really sure they will. But still, it's the sometimes that traditional job it sounds nice.
Yeah. Now, coming out of the traditional job and going into streaming full time, what does your family think about what you do?
Oh, they don't care. They've always been extremely supportive. I it definitely helped when like my first YouTube check came in, or I started getting a decent amount of people on Twitch. It started. It's an easier sell when you have a
Yeah.
product or when you show some success. It's an easier to sell to somebody than hey, I'm just gonna do this.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there letting people watch me play video games. Now,
Yeah.
does your family understand what it is you do?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've fully explained it. So it's yeah. Yeah, most people know what I do. When I explain it to most people, it's my mentality and my nature. But I just say, yeah, I play video games for a living, because I know a lot of people when people ask, kind of like, hey, what do you do? It's kind of just like, oh, blah blah blah, and it's a pleasantry. So I don't go into it much. And if people care, I'll explain it. But it's more fun just to see people's reaction to that too.
Most of the time, the answer I hear on that is they tell people that I'm a broadcaster, and
Yeah,
they just kind of leave it at that.
yeah. A lot of times people don't if they're outside of the technology and entertainment, people don't know what that is.
Hmm.
But I
Hmm.
like that term more than a streamer now too.
Yeah. What was the first game you ever played?
Shoot. I'm gonna assume Duck Hunt or Super Mario Brothers. The original for NES.
Oh yeah, the light gun and the whole thing.
Yeah, Yes, put it up against the screen and not hit anything.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Yeah.
what was the first game you ever streamed?
That I don't know. I know there was a clip way back in the day before the whole YouTube tagging thing, and that so it had to remove it. But it was a League of Legends game was my first YouTube upload, and that was from stream. So I don't think it was League of Legends, but I'm gonna assume that that was one of the first.
Something right around there. And what are you currently streaming?
Let's see. What are we doing today? I think we're starting new stuff today, but we've been playing Scholar of the First Sin, which is the new Dark Souls 2, kind of what I call Master Quest. It's just like a little harder version of Dark Souls 2. We've been playing Killing Floor 2, Binding of Isaac. There's a tournament coming up that Cobalt Streak and Richard Hammer are putting on. The tryouts are tomorrow, Friday, and that's for Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Yep. If anybody wants more info on that, it's called Balls of Steel, and I believe the tryouts start at noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, if I remember correctly.
I think so, yeah. The ballsofsteel.tv has the info.
Yep, that's your sign up. So if anybody's looking, you're an Isaac runner, you want to try and try your hand out at the speed running, head on over there, ballsofsteel.tv. I know two of my other favorite casters are both Dick Hammer and Cobalt. They're just epic streamers, great people. And
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. Now, along that line, you are part of their team, which is Main Menu. And how I get a lot of people asking me how do you find your way into something like that, into a team like that?
Teams usually find that a lot of times they kind of find you. That's how it worked out for me a couple times. I was just kind of doing my own thing, and it just kind of like, hey, we have an opening, and we've been talking about you. Would you like to? Is there an interest? And so that was cool. A lot of the problem with me though is like I said, I've done this for 2 years now, and if I went back and did this with half my knowledge, we would be in a different place now. The big thing to take home from what I just rambled on is network. So with teams, with people, with growth, it's all about networking, talking to people. It's not necessarily saying retweet my tweet. It's more, getting to know somebody. I mean, you've talked to me for quite a while now, and being in channels and chatting with people, that's a huge thing. And then the teams and the friendships and the growth will hopefully come out of that. Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, through my interviews and everything, I've seen a lot of teams out there, and Main Menu really strikes me as a very tight-knit family style. Is that, I mean, you guys appear that you have become great friends through the streaming and everything, and do outside activities and streams and everything together as well.
Yeah, no, it's great. I once again, I talk down teams a little bit and a lot of the stuff because I'm very against hype. People I find on the internet get really momentum-based information. So people hear teams and they just go crazy, and I'm on a team or I'm talking to a team and blah blah, and it's great and it's wonderful and it's awesome, but it's almost like a college degree. It does absolutely nothing for you unless you do something with it. So luckily, Main Menu is kind of one of those exceptions. They really do take it to a next level of support and family, and I've been pulled into huge events. We just did the Racing for Change event with the Wobblers and Wigglers, and really all of that was taken care of for me. It was like, hey, you're gonna do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? All right, cool. Here you do. All right, set up. And I was like, whoa, that doesn't happen on teams normally. Normally teams are just kind of like, hey, you're on
part
a team.
of a team. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to do something with it. Main Menu, like I said, is an exception, and they've done a lot for me. Plus, they are also family to me.
Yeah, and I know you guys raise a lot of great money to help with not cancer research, but paying the bills for families who have children in there couldn't afford to do the treatment themselves, and that's always
game changer.
Super laudable goal. It's wonderful to see you guys doing stuff like that.
Oh man, it was so good.
Now, do you have a favorite streamer yourself?
No, not really. I'm really bad about picking favorites of anything, which really drives people up the wall. But like you said, pretty much anybody on main menu, I really highly enjoy. And I just kind of I try and spread myself out between a lot of different people. There's so many good people on Twitch. It's amazing, just like YouTube. It's amazing. It's hard to narrow it down.
Now, last thing on main menu and all this kind of good jazz. What do you think your chances are in Balls of Steel?
I don't know, honestly. I don't expect to win. Like I keep joking, and I probably shouldn't because people are gonna take it the wrong way. But I'm not going for the win. I would be fun to win. Don't get me wrong, but I know there's people that are better qualified at it and are better at the game. I'm just exceedingly lucky. And if people get really irritated with the amount of drops that I get in the game and get pissed at me
Oh yeah.
in a good natured way, I hope.
Oh, everybody who's watched your
I'll be
stream knows about Tenchi luck.
Yeah, it's stupid. I don't deserve it, and it's fun to
sickening
make
is what
stupid
it is.
decisions. Yeah, and have it pay off. That's if I can entertain some people and meet some people, that's good enough for me.
Wonderful. Now, I don't know about anybody else out there, but I'm fascinated with, and this is not anything weird, I'm very fascinated with your voice. You have
Okay.
that voice that's made for broadcasting. Have you ever thought about doing any radio or voiceover work or anything like that?
It'd be really cool, I think. Radio seems like it would not be enough stuff to do. It seems like I would be sitting there too much, which would drive me nuts. I have to be active, even though I'm sitting in front of a game all day.
But you're doing
it's
something.
contextual, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's mentally taking my attention. It would be really cool. I would never have an issue with doing voiceover stuff. I think it would be a lot of fun. I know a bunch of voice actors. It's one of those for me. It's out of sight, out of mind. So I kind of forget about it in my random day of nonsense.
Very cool. Okay, completely off the cuff here. Where did the obsession with the pugs come from?
That actually, the funny thing, and people get really irritated with me about it, is it was based off a Team Fortress 2 custom map. We were playing like a community night a long time ago, and at the end of the map, a gigantic pug, a picture of a pug came up and started shooting lasers out of its eyes, and if the laser hits you, it kills you immediately. And you know the match is already over, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I was laughing, and I had a good old time, and the chat seemed to like it. And I think the next day I had some pug pictures I posted on like Twitter or something, and ever since then people just started sending me pug stuff. So it was like, all right, well, we got partnered, or if we get partnered, what do we want? And it was like pugs. I was like, all right.
So it
like dogs,
just
but yeah.
grew out of an offshoot. You don't actually own a pug, do you?
Oh no. I've always had a couple dogs, and I was gonna get a pug, but it didn't work out. The person that was gonna give away the animal gave it to somebody else. Like when I went to go pick it, I was like, oh, okay, never mind then.
Now you know you're eventually going to have to get one.
Yeah, I'll probably wait until I move out of this area if I do, because we'll get up to about 120 degrees Fahrenheit here, and pugs are not the best with heat. They're not terrible, but not the best.
All right, rolling back into the gaming world, do you have any major games that you're looking forward to right now?
I guess Mother 4 is coming out pretty soon. It's a completely free PC game. It's completely made by fans and should be coming out soon. It's a continuation of the Earthbound or Mother series. So.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and it's free, so.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Now, what do you do when you're not streaming?
I'm usually on the computer, working, talking to people. We just put out I'm now writing for Team 2G, so I did that yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been fun. Team 2G's really good people, and my editor, I have a whole editor, is really cool. She's really nice and very, very smart. So, besides the friendships and, the stuff for the writing itself, it'll be really cool to improve my writing too, because there's always stuff I don't have anybody to talk to about that. When I write something, I'm like, is that wrong? I don't really have people. I'm like, hey, look at this for me. Now I can bother her.
Very cool. You see, you're coming up in the world. You've got a minion now.
Shoot, man, I wish. I am definitely her minion for sure. Maybe one day I'll have some like understudies or something.
Very cool. Quick aside, Spiritual Jedi, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome into the studio, my friend. And
Hey,
Joe
Jedi.
O's, thank you very much for the host, my friend. I appreciate that.
Hey,
Welcome in. Okay, so you're doing all the streaming. When you're not streaming, you're on the computer. You're doing your writing. Congratulations on getting the gig for that. What do you do for fun though? How does Tenchi unwind?
Honestly, it used to be maybe like play a game or so, maybe. It's usually right now. It's just kind of hanging out. I was lucky enough to be chatting with Thundercast and iCasper and Tiger Rider in a call last night when I was just kind of hanging out. They were playing a game, and I was just kind of piddling around and Binding of Isaac, looking at stuff. And it was that. And then one of my mods and my best friend, we were in another chat later on and just chatting while we were watching something. We were watching a stream. Oh, Skin Teen. Skin Teen was playing Bloodborne, and she's always very entertaining to watch.
Very cool.
So I guess just being, once again, just kind of being at the computer and networking. I don't network as aggressively as I should. You should really be like targeting people that you want to talk to and who you think are good and stuff like that. But I'm just all about making friends and having fun. The business side of it, just if it happens, it happens. I don't concentrate on it like I should.
That's okay. You seem to still be moving forward with us, so that's all right.
Yeah, I'm having fun. Don't ever do stuff that you're uncomfortable with or that you don't think is the right thing to do. You should always follow what you think is right. For me, it's not always a direct successfulness of it, but it's what I like to do.
As long as you're happy, all the money and success in the world is going to mean nothing if you're not happy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, what is your guilty pleasure? What do you like that not many people know about?
Man, I don't know. I'm boring. I really am. Honestly, just like watching a lot of streams. I'll have like, I think I have like 9 streams open right now. I'm not watching them, but I always just have them open. Because I like to just support the people. Like I really want to follow through with everything that I talk about. I don't want to just say, oh yeah, I do this. It's like, yeah, I support the community, blah blah blah. And now having one person in there, my one number is not really making a big difference, of course, but it's the principle of it. I like to just be there for people.
That one number, especially to streamers like myself, that one number moves you from single to double and from double to triple.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah, no, I think no matter how big you get, obviously there will be some, I guess, diminishing returns. When you have 5,000 people, the one might not matter as much. But a lot of us streamers, we really do feel like it still does. Having that person having you there is important to, I would say, a good majority of us.
Yeah, and especially when you find those regulars who are always there with you and grow with you. It's a very important and a very meaningful thing.
Yeah, definitely. We'll always move on, but if someone comes back after 5 months, hey, I've been really busy and blah blah blah, and it's like, oh, it's cool. I understand and I appreciate it. And if they're there only for a couple minutes, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, there you go. Now, what are you afraid
of? Like philosophically, or just like literally a big ass spider?
I'm with you on the big ass spider thing. I'm thinking more philosophically.
Just really making enough bad decisions in life that it puts me into a corner with just burning bridges, taking good ideas and taking success and just kind of throwing it away because of laziness or whatnot. I just want to be happy, and I want to make other people happy. Theoretically, if I'm happy, hopefully financial and health stuff are taken care of as well somewhere to some extent.
Yeah, one will lead to the other. Sure, I understand that.
Hopefully.
Are you a bathroom singer?
Honestly, no, not terribly. Every once in a while, but I don't really sing a whole lot. I'm not a great singer.
You've got the voice of a radio god, but you don't sing.
Yeah. It's the face and the voice behind the mic, not in front. So with the singing and the performing is definitely behind the video game.
He's got a voice made for radio and a face for it too. Yes.
Yeah, always like that saying. People are like, what? I'm like, never mind, worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Now, if you had the opportunity, what actor or actress would you like to get naughty with?
I've never thought of that. I don't know. For me, it was always like someone I knew was more attractive than whatever the popular choice was.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd probably actually, I don't know. I don't know. It's like that's what I said. Like I don't have like those ideas. Who's popular right now? That person.
That person. All right, I'm good with that. So you're a J-Lo fan. All right, that's where I'll get there.
Yeah, sure. Her new abs. Is that still relevant information?
I have no flipping clue. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter trending one point. That's how I get my pop culture stuff.
Yeah, I keep up with it about as much as you do, apparently.
Yeah.
Are you a morning or a night person?
Night. Yeah, I went to sleep 3 hours ago, so yeah, night for sure.
Oh man, thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Welcome into the studio. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character?
I would assume so to some extent. Because of the Tenchi Muyo anime way back in the day, I would assume. I used to have a little figurine of Ryoko. Who knows where the hell that went?
See, now I've always been a fan of Faye Valentine from Bebop. So just something about her. Mm-hmm.
I need to watch. I think it's called Space Dandy. Didn't they do that?
Yeah, the same creator did Dandy, and if you go into it thinking you're going to see Bebop again, you'll be sorely disappointed. It's closer to Naruto or what is it, One Piece and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, it's still fun, but it's not that gritty Cowboy Bebop type of thing.
Okay, cool. I'll have to check that out. I'm very interested now.
Everybody learned something today. There you go.
Yeah.
What is your astrological sign?
Sagittarius, I believe, right? December?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that.
So that's going to make my next question pretty moot, is that if you believe in it, and since you aren't really sure, I'm going to say no.
It's interesting. I have a lot of friends that are very, very into it. I don't know. I don't put a lot of thought into it.
All right. What's your favorite food?
I'm really, once again, really bad about that. Just kind of anything. If I could not eat and sleep and be able to work at 100% efficiency, I would do it. I would totally give those up.
That's sick.
Yeah, I hate sleeping with a passion because it's such a waste of time to me. And which once again, there's workaholic coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And food, because I'm just like a bachelor and I don't really take a lot of effort to put into stuff. I don't have a huge love for food. Now, if I cooked all the time or had someone that cooked like really good food, oh man, I'd be all about food, I'm sure. But when you're throwing stuff together or going to Taco Bell, it doesn't really matter.
So everything's just pretty much fuel for you as far as you're concerned.
Yeah. I mean, or breads. I like breads a lot. Crackers and
there you go.
Sandwiches and stuff.
All right. Now,
stuff that, like you said, it's efficient.
Yeah. Now I know one of the biggies that I like on your channel is your musical choice, because I'm a metalhead from way back in the day. Grew up with Priest and Maiden and everything, so I love hearing your music. Have you always been big Hessian there?
Yeah. I haven't been to any concerts in a long time, and I couldn't even tell you the last time I've been in a mosh pit. But I love me some rock. I love me some metal.
See, now I'm in my 40s. I was in a mosh pit last December at a Suicidal Tendencies show, and I found out I can't do what I used to do.
Oh no!
But it was still fun.
Yeah, the body lets us know real quick the reality of life.
Yeah, I'm in there trying to keep up with my 20-year-old nephew, and it just did not happen.
No, you're still there and you can still rock it, but it's definitely
there you go.
Feel it more the next day
in a big way. If you were offered an all expense paid trip, where would you head to?
Um, uh, it would either be something up between like meeting a friend that I haven't seen for a long time because they live either on the other side of the nation or internationally, or maybe like I think Germany or Japan probably.
Mhm.
Just because one, Japan, huge mecca for tech and video games. I used to know the language a little bit from studying in college, and German I used to almost be fluent because of 4 years in high school, but I can't remember squat now. It's
Four
been
years in high school, and you decided to take German. You gotta
oh yeah,
you gotta
in
dig into that a
California.
little bit more.
Just it's my normal flippancy of just like, hey, that sounds cool. It was
There you go.
that Spanish or French, and obviously the smart choice in California is Spanish.
Of course.
But yeah, no, I didn't take Spanish.
Do
Oh well, should have.
it woulda shoulda.
Yeah,
Do you have any
don't regret it.
tattoos?
No, nope, I'm boring.
No tattoos. Any
Yeah.
indications on getting one? You want to get a big pug head on your back or anything?
Oh God. Yeah, just right on the top of the head, just a pug. No,
Lasers
probably
coming
not.
down.
I think it would be awesome to if I had an idea, but it's the same way of like, I haven't sold t-shirts, why it takes me so long to make emotes. I just it's hard for me to decide on something that like this is what I want for the rest of my life, or it's just not how I think. So maybe one day it'd be really cool, but it would have to have some type of importance for me.
Oh, of course, as anyone should. That's it should always be very meaningful to you. Now, have you ever gotten so drunk or high that you blacked out?
I don't know if I've ever blacked out. I may have once from alcohol though. Being a bartender and stuff like that, I was in the bar scene a lot. And but that was like maybe once. I don't recommend it. It's very unsafe. You should always drink and do things with moderation. But I don't actually drink anymore and haven't for years. I was surrounded by everybody using drugs and doing alcohol or drinking. So like I usually had to clean up and watch people. So it's easier to just
It
not
turns you
drink.
off pretty quick. Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and it doesn't do anything for me too much. I don't have anything against let do any of that. Just do it safely. But I'm just as weird and crazy when I want to be sober as I am intoxicated. So
There you
it
go.
doesn't make too much of a difference for me.
And you don't have to pee as much. It's wonderful.
And I save a lot of money.
If it was possible, what superpower would you have?
Mm, you know what? Flying seems really cool, and the whole time manipulation or teleportation. Almost, almost. You know what? I'm gonna say like maybe like teleportation, just because it make these damn packs and convention travel so much cheaper.
Indeed, sir. Indeed. Oh, complete side note on this. Are you heading to TwitchCon?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we get together for a beer?
Sure.
That's a good man. I'll get with you
Yeah.
before September.
There you go. Yeah, it should be good. I think Max Prime just went on sale too. You have to buy them individually though. They're wringing money out of people.
Oh yeah, left and right, and I can't afford to make the 2 trips. So I'm gonna go to Twitch.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah, TwitchCon I think is going to be easier for some people.
Yeah, and especially there's just gonna be something about being at the inaugural con.
Yeah, hopefully it's worth the money for people. I'm very confident with Twitch. But
It is an
the first time running
expensive
convention.
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I know just the hotels around there are flipping outrageous.
Yeah.
What is your biggest pet peeve?
I guess just like people smacking is really annoying. That's like when I was a kid, my brother used to always do that to mess with me, and it drove me nuts. But like outside of that, I don't know, just normal stuff, I guess.
Smacking,
I'm pretty easygoing.
Are we talking
like
physical or mouth?
Mouth, like eating
Oh,
eating loudly.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, just going up and smacking people in the face.
That
It'd be damn entertaining if it
pissed
wasn't
me
me,
off
at least.
too.
Yeah, yeah, I'd be a little irritated, but I'd probably laugh.
There you go.
Maybe.
We'll test that in September.
Yeah. Yeah, as everybody just starts smacking each other.
Tenchi. Psh, yeah.
Bam.
Damn.
Put a mask on after that.
Is there life on other planets?
I don't know. They've been finding some really cool stuff lately. I don't know. I haven't seen any conclusive evidence to, but I wouldn't be surprised. They did you ever know if they found out they were testing something with the kaleidoscope, the hadron or whatever it's called?
The collider.
They were there you go. They were trying to find if there was other dimensions, like supposedly gravity was seeping in.
I did not hear. I know what you're talking about. I didn't hear a conclusion on that. I think they ran across that when they were doing research on the God particle theory. But I haven't heard anything further than that.
Yeah, I'm assuming it didn't work because no one heard about it. Like that was going to rewrite science, from what I was told. So, I guess that didn't happen.
And apparently, it didn't happen yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the quick rundown. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Pirates or ninjas?
I'm gonna go pirates.
Oh, interesting. That's the
rarer
different of the choice, you know.
Yeah, I gotta go different a little bit.
Heaven, reincarnation, or nothing?
I'm gonna assume heaven. Hoping.
Very good. PC or Mac?
PC.
Good boy. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Wine or beer? I know you don't drink much, but
I'll go with wine, I guess.
You're just giving all the right answers so far. Sausage or bacon?
Both.
Oh, that's even better. All right. Are you sci-fi or fantasy?
Ooh, I like both. I think I'd have to go fantasy a little more though.
All right. Marvel or DC?
I never was a big comic person. I'm gonna say Marvel though because they've been putting out some really good movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I just have to go, Margot. If you guys haven't seen it, I think her name is Margot Robbie. She's going to be playing Harley Quinn on the new Suicide Squad, and she just looks hot as hell. The few pictures that have leaked, she's just gorgeous as the character.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out.
Mm-hmm. Simpsons or Family Guy?
Ooh. Family Guy. I've seen too many Simpsons.
There you go. Good choice.
Yeah, kind of burned out, unfortunately.
So there are different follow-ups depending on how you answer this next one. So Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Trek.
Trek, okay. Shatner or, oh my God, Next Generation. Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. I got to go Patrick Stewart. I love that guy.
Wonderful choices. Okay. Lastly, for this little section here, other than this interview, what was the stupidest thing you've ever done, and do you regret it?
Oh man. Out of a long life of stupid things, I couldn't probably narrow it down to one, but I used to play upright bass and electrical bass for about 8 years throughout elementary, middle school, high school, including a lot of honorary stuff. So probably stopping that. Probably could have done something with that, but
did you do?
I don't really regret it.
Stand-up bass, or are you doing like rockabilly stuff, Stray Cat World, and all that kind of good jazz?
A lot of. I did a little bit of that, but mostly orchestral stuff. So it was a lot of fun.
Nice. You with the big bass and a tux, I can almost see it.
Yeah, it was times. I was pretty good if I remember correctly, but it's been so long. That was another life.
That was before video games.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yeah. Games were always there, but yeah, it's before games were a means to keep me alive.
Mm-hmm. We're going into the last 10, folks, here. So, the last 10 questions, last 20 minutes. So you guys in chat, start getting your questions ready. I'm going to give you the last 10, 15 minutes here to ask whatever you like of Mr. Tenchi here. It's going to be completely up to him if he chooses to answer. So try and keep it decent, but get a little weird. Tenchi, what's your favorite word?
I don't know. I used to say "wee" a lot when you jump off like a tall cliff or something in a game, and I'd always do that.
Do
Used
your
to
own
bother a bunch
effects.
of my friends. That'll be it. Just some annoying word to bother people.
Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Mm, I don't know. Tree. Tree looks weird.
Just just wrong for you, huh?
It just looks weird. I don't know why. I think I was writing a paper about trees one time, and it just started bothering me.
Son of a bitch, trees. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's not spelled right. It's like no, it's spelled right. It's not
Everything's
very
good.
hard. Yeah.
What turns you on?
Once again, what way?
It could be any way you choose, actually. Emotionally, mentally, sexually, physically, doesn't matter.
Uh, Intelligence, good personality. That's
Mhm.
I know that's like the herder. That's he's the nice guy answer, but that literally is. I've especially after working in clubs for so many years, I've met gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful people, actual models, and
Completely
I
empty.
there was a couple that I had headaches after talking to, and I was just like,
Hmm.
oh man, I'm so sorry. I'm glad you're beautiful.
It's a good thing you're gorgeous. Yes, I've met a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
What?
Both men and women that were just vacuous. It was like, all right, cool.
Hmm.
We're not. Let's not talk.
I feel stupider just for speaking to you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What turns you off?
I don't know. I would say once again, probably just like manners or hygiene. Just typical stuff. I'm not a very complicated person.
Lack of either of those.
Yeah, yeah, or yeah.
Hmm. What is your favorite curse word?
Shite. For some reason, I think that's not a curse word because it's a slightly different language. Slightly.
But it's good. It's an effective word.
Yeah, it doesn't really fix it. Or Alaskan Savage uses, I really like, holy cats.
Very
I'm trying to
nice.
use that more often because that's not offensive.
What sound or noise do you love?
Uh, Sound of a nice, good, strong engine, a motorcycle or car or truck is pretty fun.
That good muscle sound?
Yeah.
And what sound or noise do you hate?
Um, a lot of people talking all at once and just overlapping. It's like, oh god, people. It's once again, it goes into like the manners thing.
Hmm. It's that clamor that you don't like.
When it's just like a bunch of people just callously talking over each other or talking over a person.
Hmm.
As someone that talks a lot, it's something that I try and am aware of as much as possible.
Very good. What other profession would you like to try?
uh, I don't know. Anything that allowed me to have fun and some free time. I don't like being micromanaged too terribly much. I can do it, but a lot of times I find that I think I can do stuff my way better, which is arrogant and flawed probably, but it'd be fun to do something in the game industry, community management, or even I don't know if people really like this writing stuff. It'd be kind of fun to do that, I guess.
Very
Be fun
cool.
to travel,
Hmm.
especially if someone paid for it.
Yeah, somebody else paying for something you enjoy doing. It doesn't get
I'll
any
take
better than
that.
that. Yeah. What profession would you not like to try?
Um, I I don't think I would want to do like. I'm sure there's something else, but like medical maybe. I don't know if I would really want to. It seems so stressful. The nurses and doctors and stuff like that. I've
Mhm.
known so many, and it's such a stressful life.
All right. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you get there?
Uh, you screwed up, but not enough to get kicked out. So come on in.
You were
I screw up on a
this
daily basis,
close.
so as long as I can still get in, I'm okay.
Very nice. And lastly, for me, I know everybody who comes in and watches the interviews with all the folks that I get to the joy of talking to always want to know, what advice would you give to somebody who's trying to get into this industry, who's trying to start their own stream and be successful?
That's always a hard question. But what I do recommend, what does work for everybody, is unfortunately cookie cutter, and it's be consistent, something that you like and have passion for, and put forth a good try. It's gonna take a really long time. Network as much as you can. Be positive and try and be as positive as possible. No one wants to hear, just you constantly bad mouthing other people.
Just a bitch fest.
Yeah, and it's okay. There is a market for that, but I think when you're starting out, you got to be really just kind of careful, and I think you should always be. But just consistency, positivity, and being passionate. Do what you want to do that makes you happy, because I think people will latch on to that more. I used to think like I got to play everything that everybody wants me to play, but sometimes if that's negatively affecting you, it's going to negatively affect your cast.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like being on the phone with somebody. You can hear when they're smiling, and I know my casters. I can tell when you're having your off days.
Yeah, and I hate having off days, but as a human being, it happens.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Well, that's going to do it for my questions. Thank you very much. And if you're good with it, I'm going to open it up to the chat. We've already got a couple questions up here. So let me go through and see what is happening. Renegade's asking, and hello, Renegade, welcome in. If you could literally put yourself in a video game, which one would it be? And I'm assuming without the possibility of death.
Oh yeah, because that would change a lot. Because the Battletoads would be out immediately. I don't know. Almost, it would be really cool to be the hero, the protagonist, in like a cool adventure game. But I almost think it would be more enjoyable to be in like a game like, I don't know, like Mario or Harvest Moon, or like on the side of the world in like a Final Fantasy that didn't have shit blowing up all the time. Like it would be fun to have like a world that had like a lot of depth to it. Because if you did just like if you went to like Dark Souls would suck. That'd be an awful place to be in.
Yeah.
I think I would want happy fun time and just be able to relax. And I don't think I would need to necessarily be the hero. It'd be cool, but I think like you go to like Harvest Moon when just people are happy, everybody loves you, and life is easy.
Roll into that.
I like that.
Hello Kitty MMO world.
Oh God, I don't think I could try that out. I think I'd be so bored.
I think I'd go on a killing rampage more than anything.
Yeah, I like positivity and happiness, but when there's like overly positive stuff and happy, it drives me nuts.
All right. Joe's, that's actually a very good question. It's kind of on a serious note, and I'm going to alter it just a little bit. He's asking, when you first, not even when you first began, but throughout your streaming career, have you had somebody come in who's really had some problems? I mean, very depressed, possibly suicidal, or anything like that, and has come in looking for solace in your world there?
Yeah. I think I get that a lot more than a lot of other streamers, just because I'm pretty open and I do want to help people. And I'm happy to help people, or a lot of times, sometimes people just need to talk about stuff, and I totally understand that. I'm okay with that. It does, unfortunately, because I think once again I've been very okay about it. It gets out of control sometimes. The internet is not the best. It's like going on to WebMD yourself. It's not always a good call. So if it's something that's very, very serious, very important, where I think there's life, health, quality of life issues, I always try and remind them, like, hey, I don't mind this. I wish you the best, which, it hasn't happened in a long time. But if it's something that's very, very important, you need to seek people that can deal with this and that are serious about this, because people on the internet don't have other people's best intentions in mind always. Sometimes, someone's might just be messing with someone or think it's funny, and I don't want people, especially using personal information, I don't want someone using that against that person. Right. So I always try and tell people, I was like, hey, try not to release too much of your own personal information. But It's like if it's something like that's really health related, it's like here, does someone have like a hotline or a website, or is there someone you can speak to? Because there's nothing wrong with needing help or wanting help.
Sure.
We all need help sometimes, or even a lot of times, some more than others, but there's nothing wrong with it at all. And
Yeah.
I wish more people would seek that help.
Yeah. And being, I very much like your answer there, being a public voice and having a public forum as you do. Yeah, it's good to lead them in a more professional help direction.
Yeah, I just don't want people using it against them. People are immature and most people are good people, but when you put anonymity, when you put the internet involved with it, it,
Hmm.
it can spiral out of control really quickly. So I'd rather nip it in the bud and seem maybe like an asshole, but for the sake of health and happiness, it's more important for
Yeah,
them.
that's for the betterment of the person. I get that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite video game character?
Mm. Shoot, who? There's been some people every once in a while. I'm just like, oh man, this character's amazing, and I can't remember who they are. So obviously, it's once again out of sight, out of mind. But I know there's been some like really good characters every once in a while. I guess to pick one, the Deadly Premonition, the main character in that. I love that game. It's such a bad B game, but it's so good.
So much fun. All right, guys, we're coming into our last couple minutes here, folks. Give me, well, thank you, Joe. I appreciate it. You have a great day, my friend. Um,
But Joe,
oh, I'm sorry. He's saying thank you for the answer on the question about people coming in. Sorry about that, Joe. Sit back down.
you're
Stay
welcome,
where you're
Joe.
at. You're welcome, Joe. It was a great question, and anybody
Mhm.
who's been on public forums like this before has run across it, and it's you just have to be as good of a person as you can.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't know if they're lying about it too. So
Yeah,
it's you got to be. It's hard.
yeah, very much so. Let's see, if you could create your own game, what kind of game would it be?
Mm. Something with like a lot of depth and customization. The as normal as per normal right now. Add some RPG elements into it. I'm a hardcore RPG character person. I love those games. That's how I grew up a lot of times. But um, it's got to be fast paced to some extent.
Very nice.
Have good cinematic stuff. Graphics are okay. I don't care. I'd be fine with just 2D sprites, hand drawn. But yeah, just something fun and that had a lot of customization and ability to do your own thing a little bit. No stealth. I hate stealth.
No, what was the
No
term?
stealth.
Oh, no
Uh,
stealth. Oh, yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
can't
I'm
I
with
can't
you.
stand stealth.
Yeah, I'm with you, mainly because I suck ass at it. And I think, guys, that looks like it's going to be about it. Our questions have tapered off, so I think we're going to go ahead and call it. And it looks like, from what I'm seeing in the chat, that Twitch is starting to get a little buggy right now. So
Oh,
I think
okay.
we're going to go ahead and call it, guys. Want to say thank you very much, Tenchi. It's been an absolute honor having you here. Thank you
Yeah,
so much for taking your time. I know you're very busy doing your own stuff, so it's very appreciated, my friend.
yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you for keeping me in mind and working with my often cluttered schedule. I really need to organize better.
We did take a little bit to get here, but I'm happy we made it. And again, I can't thank you enough. Thank you, everybody out there in the chat land who's been there, coming in with the questions, coming in for the interview. If you did miss any of it, this will be up on my YouTube channel later today. You're welcome to come in and take a look at it anytime. Tenchi, you're
Nice.
welcome to lead any of your folks over there. It's
Sure.
always appreciated to see those numbers. If you did like what you see, please mash that follow button. It is very helpful in my little world here. And other than that, I think that's going to about do it. So thank you once again, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Tenchi. You guys take
Yeah.
care of each other. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. And we'll catch you next time behind the microphone. Have a great day.